This is the hand of Akhilesh Yadav, former Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, the biggest state in India, and the state which has the maximum Lok Sabha seats in India. So we are going to basically see his hand. This is a crucial election for him, and he's out of power. So we are basically just trying to analyze what is likely to happen in his life, and will there be recovery or will there be no recovery at all in his particular life. So the first major thing that we see on his palm, that is that the headline, this is the headline and this is the lifeline. Both are joined at the start for long duration of time. Such people are highly cautious, shy and hardworking, and generally they get success sometime maybe at the age of 35 or maybe at the age of 44. That's the approximate age that we look at. His 2022 is likely to be an extremely important year for him. I tried to calculate through numerology. That's how it came about. So on hand, we are seeing success late in life, and the person contemplates a lot of times before taking a particular action, and the person is extremely cautious. So this is what the main thing that we see on his palm. The other aspect to see is that this is basically the amount of Jupiter. This is the area of high position and honor, and high position and honor, like this area, whenever is well padded, the amount of Jupiter whenever well padded, it would indicate that the person is likely to have an understanding of politics, have an understanding of administration, and could be a good administrator. So this particular aspect we see is in good measure in his particular hand. To be successful, one needs to have good amount of energy levels. If the amount of Venus is well developed, well padded, it indicates that the person has got good amount of energies in his life. That's a reason, because everybody basically has energies in the initial period of their life. It is what matters is how much energetic we are sometime when we cross 44 or maybe 50 years old. That's when basically the energies, most of the people's energies go on depleting. But this person is likely to have the energies to do or have that fighting spirit. For fighting spirit, we see the area of the amount of negative marks. There are no bad markings that we see on his particular hand. One thing you need to basically see, that is most of the people, they think that if a person has got a lotus sign or a yav sign or a star, only then the person is likely to be successful. But if you look at the hand of Akhilesh Yadav, you would find that you do not see any such sign. So even if on your hands you don't find any such sign, don't be disheartened. Lesser lines are always considered to be good, and we see that there are less lines out here in his particular hand. I'm just going to take another hand image and try to tell you a few things on his palm. So this is the hand of Akhilesh Yadav, and I have like kind of zoomed over. Same in this hand also, you would find that this is the headline, and there's a small line that is kind of going a little bit downwards, and a new line is basically developing. So the age at which this line develops is somewhere before the age of 35. So I'm just going to draw over the money line. This is the money line, and this is the headline that I've already drawn. So this particular age is approximately 35. So from here to here, the age is 35. So this particular point, basically the downward line comes somewhere before the age of 35. So downward line, whenever seen on the hand, on the headline, indicates probably some kind of mental disappointment coming in this particular person's life. and it has already happened. So we can say somewhere at the age of probably 28, 29, 30, that's when it might have happened. After that, we find that the line is very consistent, deep and clear. It indicates that there would be much more clarity as he progresses in his life. And so this is one part. The other part that is significant in his case is that we find this is the heart line. And the heart line kind of reaches somewhere to the mount of Jupiter. This is the mount of Jupiter. Whenever a line of heart reaches the mount of Jupiter, it indicates that the person is idealistic, the person is sensitive, the person gets hurt easily. These are the qualities the person have. And the person might not be a realist like his father. His father's hand shows, in his father's hand, the heart line is ending somewhere just under the mount of Saturn. So Saturn basically indicates the person is a realistic, more responsible person, good at managing money well. So that's in the hand of Mulayam Singh Yadav. I would be kind of comparing both the hands in another video, but not in this particular video. I would take up that particular comparison of two hands, father and son, generally it is said that if a person has a heart line reaching to the mount of Jupiter, those people are more idealistic and sensitive, and those people get hurt more easily, and they are not good at managing money, or their whole inclination towards money is comparatively less. See, you might disagree with all these things because the perception is that that it's the reverse, that he goes after the money. This is what the perception is, but what the hand is showing that he doesn't go after the money, he doesn't care much about the money, and he is very sensitive to the issues of generally everybody. And the good part about the heart line is, in spite of being sensitive and idealistic, the person has got a very deep and clear and singular kind of a heart line. Heart line, whenever singular, it indicates that the person is highly focused. The person does not flirt. By flirting, I mean doesn't flirt with different, in his work profile. Like the person doesn't would not go out and venture to different parties and flirt with every party. He is kind of very focused, and in Hindi we say samarpit. So he's dedicated to a particular cause. So the likelihood for success basically increases in his life, and the person is highly contemplating. The person is highly cautious. He would think 10 times before he takes an action. His actions can come late, but whenever they come, they are very firm and a very determined kind of action. So that's a good part. As far as any lotus sign, see, generally everybody thinks that if a person has become the chief minister, then probably the person might have very special kind of signs, but that is not the case. You don't necessarily have to have very special signs to be successful. You just need to have a good amount of Venus, the amount of desires, the amount of energy, vitality and stamina, good health. The amount of Mars should also be good. So even that is a good sign. If we I would be comparing his hands with his father's hand. His father has got supporting lifeline, the Mars line, and he doesn't appear to have this particular line. So that line is basically for fighting spirit. So his father has got more fighting spirit than him, but he's more consistent and more hardworking compared to his father. So that's the little difference that we see. his mount of the mount of Mercury appears to be well padded. We can't see it very clearly, probably in the other image that I've showed you. In this particular image, it appears that it is well padded. Just go back to the image I'm already showing you. So this is the image we are referring to. It appears that there are few perpendicular lines over it. Perpendicular lines over the mount of Mercury means that the person is good at skills, good at speaking. So one need to have a good well padded area around on the mount of Mercury should be well padded to be a good communicator, and having small perpendicular lines just under it is also considered to be good. So these two signs, whenever we see these two signs, those people could be good engineers, good at business, good at communication, good at linking people together. So many good aspects come from these small lines over the mount of Mercury. As the image quality is not so good, so probably we can't be really sure if these lines are there or not, but it just appears that the lines appear to be there. The sun line also, I can't say very much clearly that how deep and clear it is. It appears even in this kind of slightly blurred image that the line of sun appears to be good, and there are two lines. One line or two line, both are basically considered to be good. Even a single line over the mount of sun, if found, is generally said to be good, and this line appears to be more prominent sometime after the age of 53. Why we say 53? Because this is the heart line, and any sun line starting from this heart line, this age is basically this age is 53, and this portion is after the age of 53. So if we find the sun line to be much more deeper, darker, clearer, not broader. Broad is bad, but deep, clear is considered to be good. So those people have got good name and fame, and they are basically giving good amount of more energies to their work, and that is the reason they are getting basically the return out of their work. So probably at the age of 53 or so, things are going to become really good for him. And you would notice that generally for high position and honor, many people have this upward line over the mount of Jupiter. We don't see that this particular line in his case, and yet he has reached a high position. We do see a line between the Jupiter and the Saturn finger. So this generally is considered to be good. Any standing line is considered to be good on the hand. So in all, I would say a good hand. The best part of the hand is the starting point. Although the lines are not so clear, the head and the lifeline is not so clear in the initial start, but yet in spite of that, we would say that that he's likely to be successful in time to come, somewhere after the age of probably 2022 is going to be important. How I calculated this was, I added up his date of birth, 1 plus 7 plus 1978, and the total basically comes to 6. So any age, any year adding up to 6 would be a landmark year for him. So if we add up 2013, it might have been important for him. 2022, again if we add up, so it comes to number 6. So any year adding up to 6 would be a landmark year for him, and it would be good for the next many years to come. So that's it for this particular reading. I hope you liked this particular video I have just made for you. And normally these grill signs that you see, if seen on a hand, they basically destroy a particular area. Islands also are not so good. Square is good. So in this particular hand we saw, we didn't see this tasseled line, grill line. Those are basically bad lines. I was not able to see any triangle or a trident these are generally considered to be good. So we would say it's not generally, if we find these signs, only then we are successful, or anything is bad with us. But generally I would say that lesser lines, as in his case, is a good sign and would bring success to him. Thank you for watching, and do subscribe to my channel. Bye and take care.